So do you want to buy a home in 2023? Wouldn't it be nice with all the inflation that's gotten out of hand, all the prices of everything that has just gotten out of hand, if you could buy that home with little to no money out of pocket? I'm talking about zero money out of pocket. Stick around, I'll show you exactly how to do that. So people ask me all the time, is 100% financing, is it even a real thing? Can you actually get it? Is it obtainable? Is it a gimmick? And can I actually go to a bank and ask for a loan, and will they give me every single penny to buy this home without me actually giving a down payment? Yes, it is actually true. United States Department of Agriculture, USDA, we've all heard that with our meat, we've heard that with our beef, and they have a loan product that offers 100% financing. It is a government-backed loan that is underwritten by the USDA, and that does not mean that the money comes from the government, but it does mean that it is guaranteed by the government. That's the big thing. Since it's guaranteed by the government, your credit score does not have to be quite as high, and your debt-to-income ratio, your DTI, can be higher than with an average loan. That's very important because that is one of the determining factors that a lender uses to determine how much home you can afford. So there are a few limitations to these loans. They're for medium to low income families, and they need to be in rural areas. Do not let the word rural deter you from this loan. It just, maybe in some parts of the world they're tough to get, but my part of the world, Edgefield, South Carolina, Aiken, South Carolina, North Augusta, South Carolina, Augusta, Georgia, Evans, Georgia, Grovetown, Appling, Thompson, Georgia. It's easily obtained. These are small cities. Some of these cities are 10 minutes wide. The rural part just means it needs to be on the outskirt of the city, but if your city's only a 10-minute wide city or a 20-minute wide city, and you're on the outskirt of it, it takes you 5 to 10 minutes to get to downtown. That's not too bad, is it? And plus, I like a little privacy. I like to go on the back 40 and pee if I want to. I pretty much raised my son pretty much potty trained himself by watching me pee off the back porch. I mean, then you got other problems, right? You got a toddler that doesn't want to keep his diaper on running around the backyard, but that's for another video. But I'm just saying, privacy's not a bad thing. And the word rural can really be misleading. Like I said, it's on the outskirt of a small town in my area. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to think about John Deere tractors and cows. Look, in perfect example, North Augusta, South Carolina has a very nice community. It's called Lakes and Streams. Lakes and Streams is your neighborhood, your HOAs, your neighbor, just everything that you would want from a neighborhood as far as resale value. It's in a very good community. And guys, it's 5 minutes from downtown. It is as close to the city limits as you can get. Matter of fact, almost the entire Scarlet Lake Road area right there it qualifies for USDA loans. So it doesn't have to be, you don't have to have a plow and a tractor turn up dirt for it to qualify for a USDA loan. It can be right in the city. If you go to USDA.gov, you can literally type in the address that you're looking at and see if it qualifies. And I mean, you'd be surprised at how many actually do qualify for this loan. Okay, so a 620 credit score. You gotta have 2 years of employment to show that you actually work, you actually have a job, you actually pay taxes. And there's a family household income limit of, it's average around $110,000. It varies from state to state, from county to county, but in my area, it's around $103,000 for a family of, that's $103,000 household income for a family of 1 to 4, and it's around $136,000 for a family of 5 to 8. And that's it, guys. You got the 620 credit score, your property qualifies for it, and you're under the household income limit, you qualify for this loan. It's just that easy. That's it. A lot of people, I see a lot of videos of people saying that it's not that easy to get, but it is literally that easy. It's a couple steps. If you qualify for it, it's a very powerful product. Now this is the part of the video where it really starts spicing up, because not only are you going to get a 100% finance loan, but today, right now, in this market that we're in, it's not quite a buyer's market, but it is as close to a buyer's market as we have seen in a long time. Okay, homes are sitting on the market just a little bit longer than they were 6 months ago, 8 months ago, in large part because of the raised interest rates. And sellers are getting anxious to sell, and they're giving away more than they've given in many years. It's kind of flipped on its head, and sellers are losing just a little bit of leverage. So, if you arm yourself with a really good realtor, great negotiator, there's a very good chance that you're going to get your closing costs paid for. So, you get your closing costs paid for, you have a 100% finance loan, and you slip your way into a home with very little down to nothing down. That is an amazing thing. That's life-changing. Now, I say very little to nothing down because we do have to put up some money in for initially. We have to put earnest money up. Now, earnest money is good faith money. So you're asking a seller who's put their home on the market to stop all marketing, stop the momentum that they're getting, the traction that they're gaining, and to sell their house to you. You have to give them something, and so you give them a deposit, and in my neck of the woods, it's 1% of the purchase price. You give them a deposit, and if you keep your promise and you go all the way to the closing table and you close in this home, you get that money back. It's yours. If you back out for any reason, you give that money up, and that is the incentive that the seller has to take it off the market. Now, there are other ways, depending on how your contract's written up, there are other ways that you can back out and still keep your money, but that's for another video. So we have the earnest money, and then I always recommend a home inspection. Home inspections run around $400, and that's non-refundable. It is optional, but I highly recommend it. Okay, that's when a professional comes in and he goes through your home. He goes through the toilets, the water, he opens and closes the window, checks the seals on the windows. Depending on what type of home inspector you get, he'll check the roof, he'll check the HVAC system, he'll check the crawl space. He checks all this stuff that, unless you're a really handy person, you probably wouldn't check. And even if you are a handy person, I would still leave it up to someone who does it every day. They'll check your electrical. And that's it, guys. So earnest money and out of your pocket, non-refundable, your home inspection fee. But beyond that, you really don't have anything left. The seller is gonna pay for a clear termite letter. The cost for the appraisal for the loan is going to get rolled into your closing costs, which is paid for by the seller. And that's it, guys. So you've had your closing costs paid for. You got a 100% finance loan, and you're out $400. That's a sweet deal. That's hard to beat. Okay, let's recap this one more time for the folks back at home. So if you can come up with your earnest money, which is $1,000 to $4,000, sometimes more depending on the price of the home. Remember, a good rule of thumb is 1% of the purchase price. And if you're serious about the property, you want the seller to know that you're serious about the property. So if you come up with that, and you can come up with the $400 for the home inspection, that's pretty much it. You've landed yourself a home. I always tell people this: if you have a 620 credit score and you've been working for 2 years, and you can come up with $2,400, buy a home. Guys, buy a home, buy a home. It don't matter if the interest rates are 2% or if they're 10%. Guys, when you rent, interest rates 100%. You are giving away 100% of your money, and you are never getting any of that back. None of it. A home buys you independence. I want a garage. I want a back porch. I want to be able to listen to the music on my back porch if I want to. It's a lifestyle, and that's why it's so important to buy a home. It is such a soothing thing. It's yours. Nobody can take it away as long as you make your payments and you pay that house off, which you are doing. It's yours. It's your home. Buy that house, and if you just decide one day that you don't want that home anymore and you want to move up, you want to trade in, you can do whatever. You have something. You've been putting money towards it. It's just completely different than rent. If you can come up with that $2,400, that'll get you in that'll get you in a starter home. My goodness, do it, because you're gonna get that $2,000 back. You got the $400 for the home inspection, and that's your home. I think it's super important to know about this product. I think it's a very powerful product. I'm passionate about it because anyone looking into real estate should self-educate themselves on this loan. Whether you're buying, selling, flipping, building, it just doesn't matter, because just reach out to me and I'll talk to you about it. I'll point you in the direction of lenders and they'll talk your ears off about it. But if you're selling your home with you could have a USD option. If you're flipping a home, you could have a USD option. If you're building a new construction home, you could sell it with a USD option. You can obviously buy a home with zero down with a USDA option. It's just so powerful, and it's worth the look. I'm not saying it's for everybody. It can't be for everybody because it's got limits, but it's worth a look. It's very powerful, guys. Okay, so we have reached the end of this thing, and now is when I'm going to do the call to action. I want y'all to subscribe to this channel. I want y'all to like this channel. I want y'all to hit the bell icon so you never miss a thing. Leave us questions and comments. I'm Colin Harrison. Either me or my wife Mackenzie will reply to every single one of those comments. Look, it does not matter if you're looking to buy in 10 days or 110 days. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, schedule a Zoom. We want to talk to you. Okay, guys. Love you.